Good morning, everybody. Frank here from Eastern U.S. Bushcraft and Survival. It's 11:58 a.m. Saturday, November 23rd, and I'm out here for another overnighter. They're calling for heavy rain tonight, starting around 6 p.m. and continuing through the entire night, somewhere in the area of an inch of rainfall total, which is pretty heavy rain if it actually happens, and I'm hoping it does. Been waiting all week for it. Right now it's kind of the calm before the storm, I guess. It was bright and sunny this morning, but the clouds are starting to roll in now. So my plan is I'm gonna camp back in that way, about a quarter mile back from that edge of the river over there. And I have the concrete pipe snake hole fire pit shelter. I'm gonna work on that and stay there for the night. And hopefully stay dry. Supposed to be relatively mild, somewhere in the area of 40 degrees. And I got my umbrella with me, which I may or may not use in the shelter. I'm not sure yet. I might use it as a door. And some water and grill food. Got some stuff with me, not a whole lot, but enough to stay comfortable, hopefully. Got a nice steak marinating as we speak in my backpack. So I'm over here at the at that pit shelter that I did the last time, and I'm getting the wood that I used and taking it over there to my snake hole pit shelter. It's about 100, maybe 150 meters that way. So yeah, I already took one load over there. I'm getting ready to take these two big logs now. All right, so I'm gonna start working on this thing. I'm gonna try to dig it out some, make it a little more comfortable, and kind of make it a bowl shape in there to keep the heat in. And I'm gonna dig the fire pit out a little bit. I got a cheap $10 Harbor Freight mini shovel, so we'll see how it does. you can see I got quite a bit of work cut out for me. So in case you guys wondered, that little $10 mini Harbor Freight shovel is pretty good. At least for what I'm using it for. This ground's got some stone, pebbles, and rocks and stuff in it. It's not like real hard, but it's hard enough. Cutting through roots, good. Trying not to be loud while I'm digging. That's why I'm like pushing it in instead of just jamming it with the hard, you know, because there's stones in there and it makes a lot of noise when I do it like that. Because I'm not too far from civilization over that way. Probably 150, 200 yards, meters. On the other side of a field and a baseball field and a woods, a field, a baseball field, and then the house. They actually got rid of the baseball field. Show you guys what I'm doing. See, there's the fireplace right there. That's the chimney. My plan is I'm gonna dig this out in here for a place for me to sit and sleep tonight, obviously. And I'm gonna cover over it with my ponchos and or my tarp. I got a new tarp too, a 10 by 10. So I might use that as well. I might use all of it, I don't even know yet. But it's supposed to rain heavily tonight and I don't wanna get wet. So chances are I'm gonna use everything. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna hollow this out so the fire will heat this hole in there, inside area there. That should insulate me very well. And with the tarps over top, hopefully I'll stay dry. And I'm gonna stay a little bit above the ground level still. I'm only gonna go down like maybe another, not much, over there, maybe 1.5 feet, over here, maybe another 6 inches, and then I'm done. But yeah, that's my plan. And I like this shovel. It's very good. Some people might say it's not, but I think it is. And for 10 bucks, I mean, it was cool. I took a tent bag that I had, and the shovel fits in there perfectly along with my tripod too. So I was able to bring everything in all wrapped up in one neat little package, and it was green too, so it was on the down low. But yeah, I'm gonna finish working on this thing because I got about 3 hours before dark, and I don't really have any firewood either. I do have that stuff over there, which was my bed at the other shelter, but it might end up being firewood tonight. And I might just go, I have a ground sheet and some other stuff. I might just go on the ground. In fact, I guess I'm going to. Doesn't look like there's gonna be room in there for a bed. But I do have my my thermarest and another little pad as well, and a ground sheet, so I'll be good. Should be comfy actually, as long as I don't get wet. Oh, I'll show you where I got with this thing. Guess you can't really see it that good from over here. I think I'm there with the shelter part. All I gotta do now is cover it over, which ain't gonna take much. Just run a ridge line across. All right, here it is though. I'm gonna lay with my head up that end, my feet down here, kind of lay, you know. But it'll be laying down enough. I already tried it with that. That's gonna be my ground sheet, just a cheap Dollar Tree shower curtain. And there's the fire pit. These bricks I put there for a nice place to put my a nice place to, to put my hot container of water, my kettle, after I boil it. And yeah, like I said, my head will be up there when I sit, when I'm sitting before I go to sleep. I'll be sitting like right in this area, and that'll be give me a nice place to put my kettle so I don't burn myself with it. And dug the fire pit out pretty good. I'm gonna leave the dirt that's in there because I think if any rainwater goes down, it should help absorb it before it runs into the fire. And I'm planning on covering that chimney with something. I'm not sure what. And then planning on putting something over here, maybe lean something across right there, because that's another pipe right there. I can lean something across there just to keep the rain out. It's pretty well protected down in there anyway. As you can see, I got my bag in it right now, but yeah, it's pretty well protected. So hopefully it won't be too bad. And I do have natural foliage over it as well, which will help a little bit with the rain until it gets heavy. Then it ain't gonna help. I got all this for firewood and that. These are little punky, so I might not use them, just because I don't want to stink myself out of here. I think it's going to be good though, hopefully. Well, it's time for firewood now. I got like a little over 2 hours before dark. They keep pushing the rain later and later, so it might not happen yet again. I totally planned this trip hoping for rain, and I don't know, they're still saying 100% tonight, but it's getting later and later as to when it's supposed to start. As of right now, they're saying 7. When I first came down here, it was like 5 or 6. So who knows? Yeah, this is looking pretty good. I'm gonna plan my entryway right here. And I'm gonna try to totally enclose this thing if I can. I mean, I know I can with my tarps, but if the fireplace will allow it. Because I plan on being comfortable tonight. I actually brought a bed, a blanket too, with my sleeping pads, and a reflective ground, survival blanket as well that I was gonna put on the ground in between me and the ground too. So I should be toasty. Firewood it is. All right, so I put firewood on hold for a minute because I started feeling raindrops. So I put my one poncho up already, There's my Walmart poncho right there. I got this at Walmart for 10, I don't know what it was, 10.88 or some weird price like that. And I put the grommets on there. They're the Harbor Freight grommets and Dollar Tree duct tape. so it's a trifecta of cheapo. But that's what I did with that one as well. That one I used silver duct tape because they didn't have black at the time. But this time they had black, so it even looks better. But that, I've had them grommets on there, and I've used that particular poncho at least 6 times, I think, camping with it. Maybe more, maybe 10 times. Yeah, probably actually more than 10 times, yeah. So it works. All right, so I'm gonna put this one up too. And I ran a bridge line from there to there. And I'm gonna get this thing on there. It's pretty loud today. I guess it's always loud though. Back here it's always loud. Slightly downhill this way, so I gotta get it underneath of that other one. I have to make sure it don't run underneath nowhere. I'm gonna check the forecast. They were calling for an inch or more. Okay, so they say tonight 100% chance of rain, possibly over an inch. So they're still sticking to that. I guess I'm out of stakes, so I'm gonna have to make one. This is gonna be kind of a test night tonight. All right, so what I mean by testing it out tonight is I'm gonna try out the new Walmart $10 poncho, obviously. And I got this new tarp from Amazon. It's Red Camp outdoor equipment. I don't know how it's going to be. I'm going to try it out. I looked at it and I noticed that the stitching on the corners where it's reinforced, they stitch it on the corner like that, but they didn't go across, so it's open like a pocket. So obviously you can't have it that way or it's going to fill up with water. So it can only be one way if you use it outside, and I don't know if that's going to be an issue or not, but we'll see. It's got tied on connectors instead of grommets, which I like. So we'll see how it works out. I also got a new knife. It's a Joker, a Rye 10. It's a pretty nice looking knife. I've been wanting a small bushcraft knife, and see how this works out. Full tang, olive wood handle, which is really pretty handle, handmade in Spain. Nice looking knife, so we'll see how this is. And I almost forgot. For fire tonight, I have the tortoise Firefly. But you don't want to drop these things because they're small and you'll lose it. And you use it with the back of the saw. I have made a few sparks off of it. It's pretty heavy duty, but I haven't made a fire with it yet. But you can see it throws some sparks, and it doesn't seem to have wore it down much yet. And I've used this thing, like I said, I haven't made a fire with it, but I've thrown sparks with it several times, showing people, you know. Kind of pricey. You have to buy 8 of them. The long ones and the short ones both work with this knife. You get 8 of them for 40 bucks. So it's like $5 a piece. So it's really not that much if you look at it that way. All right, I gotta make a stake for this thing. Worked good for that. So it worked good for making a steak. All right, I'm gonna finish getting this thing done and start getting some firewood together. There's something in the shelter right now. Looking pretty good to me. Looking done. I just heard a shotgun blast, and I know that it was over there, but like probably 30 meters behind my bug out base camp. The other day I was back there, I was getting ready to get myself set up over there to camp, and I was looking around for different things to make a fireplace. I had every intention of making a cool fireplace over there to put in my shelter, but while I was looking for stuff, I found the dude's deer stand and a couple trees that he cut down, so he's baiting deer and he's waiting for him in there, and he just shot one. I heard his gun blast. So yeah, that's why I'm over here in this spot tonight, because I didn't want to be over there while he's hunting, because if a deer ran in my direction, I don't want to be in, you know what I mean? I don't want no parts of that. That dude's back there hunting with a damn shotgun on parked land. But I digress. Anyway, here's the shelter. It's looking pretty good. I'm gonna jump out and show you. I have it. Yeah, sorry about that. I have it propped open right now, which is a small Y stick. I was gonna start getting firewood, and I noticed there was a couple spots where the rain would come in, so I started tweaking it, and then I noticed it was too low. I didn't have any room to sit up in there, so I basically changed the whole thing up. I raised the raised the peak up a little bit, and the ridge line rather up a little bit, and doubled it up. So I gave it a little wider, headspace in there as well. On this back side, I'm going to show you this thing. Yeah, on the back side, I'm going to put my firewood, and I have another green. You guys have seen it before, a green rain fly that I'm going to use over this open end here. This will all be enclosed when I shut that. But yeah, this open end here, I'm going to use this green rain fly over that, and I'm still not sure. I might not even use the other tarp, because I don't think I'm going to need it, honestly. I don't know. You never know, though. But anyway, yeah, I'm just getting the inside set up now. You can see it's pretty cool. All right, it's getting later and later, and I got to get firewood. So it's after 4. You can tell it's going to be dark soon. But I just wanted to show you guys. I'm out here getting firewood, and this beaver is like crazy the way he's just chewing all these trees down, like everywhere. There's that one there, the fresh one. But then there's that one, that one, that one, that one. There's multiple ones over there, you can see. Over that way, there's more. I mean, it's crazy. He's just tearing this woods down. I just wanted to show you guys that. I gotta keep getting wood. All right, so it's 5 o'clock. It's officially dark out. Or almost, anyway. They said 4:40 was sundown, I think. So yeah, I got a decent amount of fire. You can't see it. I got a decent amount of firewood, but I still gotta cut it up. But you can see inside, I got a new light, and you can see really good with that. And I got my umbrella on the back side there, closing it in. So it's totally enclosed on the back end. I'll show you, I got a flashlight I can shine back in there. Yeah, as you can see. Hold on. Sorry about that. Now you can see. It's all enclosed. That's my umbrella. And I put my new tarp up too. This thing's actually pretty nice. It's got a loop on the inside for you to hang a light or a lantern. And you got the whole thing, the whole 10 feet. I had that width there. You can see on the back side, there's my umbrella. And it's all closed in. And that should keep me stealthier too. I heard that dude shoot 2 more times. So I guess he had to have gotten a deer 3 shots. He maybe got 2 or 3 even, who knows. All right, I gotta keep getting firewood because I do not have enough yet. As you can see. I did cut down a small cedar tree though. And I cut that all up, and I got a lot of the branches from it which were totally dry. They'll be good for getting this thing started. All right, so it's about 10 after 6 and it's raining. You can see it on the tarp. Looks like it's waterproof to me. That's good. Yeah, I'm putting firewood in the back. I got some stacked in the front too, so I had to take the umbrella out. And I'm underneath of a natural canopy right now that's actually doing a pretty good job of keeping the rain off of me. It's just raining light right now, but I'm still cutting wood. But yep, the rain finally has come in. It's right around 7. You can hear the rain. You can actually see it landing on the tarp. The crazy thing is I'm underneath of these trees here, and it's barely even getting through. Feel a little drop every once in a while, but not much. There's a lot on the tarp though. It appears to be waterproof. Nothing on the inside, so that's good. And then I got my little shelter within the shelter in there. I'm still putting firewood in, and I got a lot on the front side too. And I got a decent amount to cut here still. I found a tree that was about 30 feet tall that was completely dead. Just about not long ago, actually, within the last 40 minutes, 30 minutes. And it was standing still, and I pushed it and it fell right over. So I went over and cut it in 3 pieces and drug it over here, and I'm cutting it up now. You can see it's getting all wet out there, but where I'm standing it's not bad. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get this. Yeah, you can see I got a pretty decent canopy over me, which is keeping me pretty dry at the moment. All right, well, I'm gonna finish getting this wood done so I can get inside there and relax. I've been steady working the whole time I've been down here. I didn't get down here till like 12, so I'm running late trying to get all this done. All right, so it's 7:40. Raining pretty steady at the moment. I'm all stocked up with firewood for the night. Hopefully that'll last. You can see the last of it's still a little bit wet from what I just put in there. But this little spot I had back here worked out pretty well. It's drier under here than it is anywhere else. You see my tarp's wet. It's just a plant that's pushing it out. I didn't want to chop it down, so I left it up under there. I'm getting ready to get in here. See, it's all wet. Everything's getting wet out here. Looks good in there though. It looks like it's all dry in there. I'm gonna get in here and get this fire started. All right, so I'm getting ready to get in there. You can see it's raining, but I took a holly branch off a tree and put it over that chimney just to help block it a little bit, and I got some natural foliage up there as well. So yeah, I'm getting ready to get in here. I'm starting to get wet. All right, so it's 7:50. I'm in here finally. Almost 8 o'clock. And that was a lot of work. All right, so I'm getting ready to get this fire started now. I got some cedar bark and some poplar bark mixed together.
that was. Sound like some kind of a bird. Turkey, maybe. I'm gonna try to get this thing with the Swiss Army knife modification thing. It's the tortoise firefly. It's called a firefly. The company is Tortoise. It's so tight in here. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. I might have to pull it out a little bit just to get it started. I don't want to have the fire out from under this, because it will, the flames will come up then. You gotta have the fire inside the chimney. Trying to find there we go, something without little branches sticking off of it. Yeah, I got all my woods all around me right now because it was getting wet outside the front door. All right, here we go. It is a little hard to get a hold of, for sure. I broke it. Nice. Yeah. I guess that's a fail. I still got the little piece with the handle. That other piece is hard to get a hold of. Almost had it. It's this weird angle I'm at too. I wouldn't have, I don't think I would have broke it if I'd have had it in front of me. I still got a piece here. Try to bring it back here more. Or it's not down so hard for me to reach. I think that might be a fail with this thing. You never know unless you try. Still got a little bit, and this is a little drier than that. Maybe I can get it with this, because I don't like failing. I do have a lighter with me. I actually have a couple lighters with me, but I don't like failing. man, not cool. That thing's a dud. This is dry too. This is like the driest stuff out here. Oh, I got it. For a second anyway. Fizzled out on me. Wow. The quest for fire. I'm sitting Indian style right now, or I don't know if that's crossed leg or whatever it's called, and it's like hurting my hip. That's what that sigh was about. I broke my hip a couple years ago. I'm gonna try for a couple more times, and then I'm gonna hang it up and call it a fail, I think. Yeah, that sucks. Yep, it's a dud. Don't buy the tortoise firefly. Look, I forgot the name of it that fast. That's how crappy it is. If this was a survival situation and I didn't have this, I'd be in trouble. Because it's a little bit too wet for bow drill. Although I do have a lot of cedar here. I could definitely make a kit out of that, and a lot of it's dry too. This is all, look at that pretty cedar. Nice aromatic smell too. Yeah, it's nice. You never know unless you try, though. That was why I wanted to try that tortoise firefly. It looked like a good idea. But looks can be deceiving. I guess if you had perfectly dry tinder under perfect conditions, maybe it would work. But for me, it was a fail. once this thing gets going, it'll be shooting that flame out. Got too much heavy stuff on there. Ugh. I'm gonna freaking die of smoke inhalation. Got some wood chips around here and I can't find them. Alright, I got this. The cedar wood shavings. And these are real dry, as you can see. I'm gonna jump the gun on that last one. Start putting too much heavy stuff on there. just in time because it's starting to get chilly now. Yeah, a new light too. That was another thing I was testing out. Knife's doing pretty good. I've cut a bunch of steaks for the tent with it, and haven't done any batoning yet, but I do have a little stump I brought in here that I planned on using if I get a chance. I gotta clear some of this stuff out first. I got so much stuff in the way right now. It's crazy. And all this wood is in here with me because, as you can see, it's getting wet out there. Seems like it's doing all right in here though so far. Yeah, you have to kind of keep the fire back in here or you get a lot of smoke. Well, not once it gets going and starts drafting, it's good, but when you're first lighting it, got a little mini stump so I can try out batoning. It's just a little thing. Try this knife out and see how it does with the batoning. I mean, it's chilly out. I'm gonna work on this coal bed for a little while.